I think, generally speaking, universities shouldn't accept money that derives from immoral or illegal sources, and they shouldn't accept money that restrict the academic freedom of their staff either. So those are two important general points. But in this case, if you look at where the Mosleys actually got their money from, it's not like Oswald Mosley made the family fortune by being a fascist. The family's wealth dates back to the 12th century. They're a part of the landed aristocracy. So if the money's tainted, it's not really tainted by fascism so much as it's tainted by feudalism and capitalism. It's ill-gotten wealth, just like the vast majority of philanthro-capitalists today.
But hang on a second, because that's all well and good in the history of the wealth. But some people might push back on that and say, well, hang on a second, because Max Mosley's son died quite young to do with drugs. This is all about now creating a positive legacy. So yes, you can talk to the past and you can say where the money's come from. But just because the money has come from what some might call, to put it mildly, a tainted source, what does that mean? That means that it stops there. Can it not be used for good going forward just because of its historic links to the past? I think
it can, potentially. I mean, obviously, philanthro-capitalists are in the business of reputation laundering. Someone like Bill and Melinda Gates, for example, they made their money through the massive exploitation of markets and workers, and now they want to be remembered for good. I don't really think anybody knows very much about the son of Max Mosley, the grandson of Oswald Mosley. They don't really know very much about him. He died of a heroin overdose in 2009. I don't think he has a particularly bad reputation that needs laundering. The charitable trust is in his name. That money has been used to support physics at Oxford and forensic science at UCL, and to train people in Africa in how to do radio journalism. It doesn't seem that nefarious to me. It seems that something much worse that the Charitable Trust does has sponsored Impress, the so-called independent press regulator, which Max Mosley helped to establish to try to muzzle the press. And that, to me, seems much more nefarious. As long as there are no strings attached to the money, I think that money can potentially be used for good.